welcome to the Apple Crafts Podcast. I'm your host, Alicia, and I'm filming outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Today is June 16th, Sunday. For today, we have an almost finished object, some progress on some WIPS, and some dye channel news. Just a little bit. Okay, so today, I went to work, got to work, and somebody was in the oven. Not in the oven, working in the oven, pulling stuff out. I'm like, my initial thought was, is this just somebody throwing something in real quick, or what's going on here? No, there was a baker there. I'm like, nobody told me that I didn't have to come in today. So to preface that, let me say that somebody at my job quit Tuesday. Tuesday was their last day, this past Tuesday. And so since I was already there, I'm like, okay, well, I will take their schedule. That gives me more hours, right? I'll take their schedule, so that means I'll have Saturday and Sunday off. Okay, great. But since it's so last minute, I offered to work Sunday, which I normally work Sunday anyway. And I said, okay, I'll work this Sunday so you don't have to scramble to find someone. And then I'll work 6 days, and then we'll start the Saturday, Sunday off every week, and that'll be my schedule. So the person who does the scheduling knew this. The GM knew this. Somehow they were like, oh, well, let's just get this person to do Saturday and Sunday too, and didn't tell me, the baker, hey, you have to come in today. So I wasted an hour of driving. Now, am I upset that I wasted an hour driving? Yes. But I would be more upset if I didn't have a hybrid. So thank God for hybrids, because that would have been way too much gas if I didn't have it. Just saying. So, and the low-key benefit to that not working today is I get to keep my nails for another day, and they're not in gloves, sweating, and everything else. Look at these colors. Look at this color. Look at it. I get to enjoy this for another day. Thumbnail. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so anyway, let's get started. So my almost finished object is the Maderia by Berroco. And so I was talking about how I had that gauge change going on where I was knitting flat. I've since figured out that what I need to do with yarns where I'm not necessarily rowing out, but I have that significant gauge change, I need to change needle size. I don't really work with yarn that much like that, so where I've had that kind of problem, so this is kind of a new thing for me. So now that I know that, I have to go down a needle size in order to meet the same tension that I've got going in the round. So since there's not really a way to fix that, I thought there was really a way to fix it, and like fluffing the in between the rows on the wrong side, I thought that was going to help a little bit, and it didn't really. I decided to do some embroidery. I use that term loosely. I decided to do some embroidery on those gauge change parts just to kind of hide it. So I'm not done yet, but this is the back, and it's kind of like abstract flowers. I'm going to fill this in some more because this is very open. Got a stem and some leaves. I got like some blossoms. There's some more. I'm going to put something here. Don't know what yet, but I'm going to put something there. And then on the other side, this is the front side, I think, yeah. I'm going to put some stems in, but I don't know how I'm going to do the stems for here. I might just go underneath here and then go down. I don't know. It's almost done though. So that's what I'm doing to kind of distract from that gauge change. So that blocking that I did worked enough. So the fabric is not hugging my body as much anymore. I have not tried this on yet with the leggings that I plan to wear with this garment. I still think I may have to wear some shapewear underneath it, but I will figure that out today because I am going out this weekend and I would like to wear this. So that'll be a good time to try it out later on today and figure out if that's gonna work. It should, but I was able to block the width to 44 inches instead of the 42 that it was originally measuring. But I had to really aggressively spread it out, and but I got it to do what I wanted to do. I'm gonna leave the gauge change alone on the bottom. I don't know if it's gonna bother me, so I'm gonna have to wear it to see if there's something I want to add some embroidery to on the bottom. But that's what's going on with this. This is a free pattern. I think it came out in 2013, 2015, somewhere around there. I think yes I do. I still have the label in case you're new here. This is Noro Sonata. And it's cotton, viscose, silk, and polyamide. And I believe I knit this on a US 4, maybe? US 4, US 5, somewhere around there. So, yeah. I will show it again next podcast. Or, know what I will do? Next podcast, I'll have a picture, because I like to put pictures up on my project page of finished stuff, or finished garments. And then I'll just throw that photo up when I'm done with it. That'll just make it faster and easier. So that's my Maderia. Would I knit this again? No. I tried knitting it before a few years ago, and it wasn't working, and I don't really remember the reason why. I do think it's an interesting construction, but I don't know if it was just my comprehension of this pattern or what was going on, but it's not for me. I wouldn't do it again. So hopefully this is wearable enough that, it's just a one and done and I get somewhere out of it. We'll see. Oh, what I'm wearing, I should probably talk about what I'm wearing, because I'm not wearing my normal tank top. I changed my clothes just for you. You're welcome. No shots for you today. That's referring to an old episode where I'm always wearing, it's my uniform to wear these tank tops, and they're usually the same 3-4 tank tops. So I was like, pick a color, take a shot. Whenever you see me wearing that shirt, take a shot, Anyway, so changed it up today. This is the Linares by Emily something or other. Marie Emily Designs. Marie Emily Designs. So, it's a little bit shorter than I would like, but this is my colorway, Delta Blue. It's got lace in the back. I'm just wearing some shorts right now because I'm going to change it to my tank top uniform after this, because I have to. And then for the top, you just make straps and then you can tie them, which I actually prefer doing this because my shoulders are uneven, so it makes it easier for everything to stay on the right way. Okay, so next thing, my Nishibi is not done, but it's almost done. I have an arm. I have an arm. So we're getting there. And so maybe today, I don't know, I'm not really in a rush, but maybe today I'll start the sleeve cap, because you have to start, you pick up, I think, and then you work back and forth until you get to a certain number, and then you do the rest of the arm. So this is a pattern by Carol Feller. This is an old pattern too. I think this one was maybe around that same time period, 2013, 2015, something like that. This colorway is Rum Raisin, and yeah, I love this. This is my second time knitting it. If you've been here before, you've heard me say that. And the original yarn is in sport weight. I'm using DK, so I had to take my stitch count and kind of figure out what size to use, because obviously if you're using a bigger or a thicker yarn, your ease is going to be bigger. So I had to scale that down. So I think I ended up doing a 42 to get the size that I need. Let me see. 41 and a half. I do a 41 and a half inch. I am not 41 and a half inches, but that's the size that I'm knitting to get the size that's going to fit me because my yarn is thicker. And I'm using a US 5. Stitch count is 25 stitches for 4 inches, in case you're curious. And this, so far this has used 5. I'm in my 5th skein right now. So almost done. I can't guarantee I'll be done by the next podcast, but hopefully I'll be somewhere on the next arm by then. I have other things that I've been wanting to make, so this is kind of sitting on the back burner, not 100%, but I'm not in a rush. It's summer, it's June. Like, I'm really literally not gonna need to wear this until November here in Tennessee, unless the weather does something really crazy. I got like 5 months. It's fine. 5 months for a week's worth of work. So, yeah. Alrighty, put that down. I did make a couple of squares, but you know, what I'm gonna do instead of showing squares at this point, because I have enough now, I need to vacuum my floor, and then I'm going to lay them all out. I think I mentioned this last time too. I'm going to lay them all out, kind of get an idea of how I want it to go, take a photo of it, and then I'll show that too, because that'll just be easier. And that helps me give me an idea of how many more squares I need to do, because I haven't actually counted them. I'm just making squares right now. And I know how many I need to do for the size I want. I just don't know how many I have. And I'm just making them. I know I don't have all of what I need, but I don't know how close I am to the number that I need either. Those squares are for this blanket here. Is the, oh geez, what is that called? Easy corner to corner squares. That's the name of the pattern. It's a free pattern, and it comes in both knit and crochet. So if that's something you want to do, I was really drawn into all those diagonals in different colors and stuff. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's a great way to use up scrap. Yeah, so I'm color coordinating my scrap because I have this big old bin, big tote of just scrap. It's all tangled and it's a mess, and I have almost done using the colors that I've been wanting to put into this blanket. I may or may not have to pull into like fresher yarn. I don't know yet, because again, I don't know where I'm at, but that's the pattern. The pattern is by Rosina Plain. So, and I'm using, I think the original is using fingering weight or DK. I'm using worsted, and I upped the stitch count number by 10 on the pattern, and I'm using a US 8 5mm to knit the squares. So what I'm gonna do when I get to the point where I need to stitch them all together is I'm going to match or stitch them all together. I don't know what color background I'm going to use. I mean, really match or stitch, you can use anything, but I don't want to be so contrasting in color that I can kind of peek through, you know. So I may end up picking a white color. This kind of depends on what the layout's going to be. And then I think after that I'm going to, God help me for saying this, because I probably am going to shoot myself for saying it. I'm going to do a border, like a pick up and knit a border all the way around. Yeah, now that I'm saying that out loud, I don't like that idea. I will crochet a border all the way around. I'll just probably do a single crochet all the way around in black or something, just to, you know, zhuzh it up a little bit. That'll be easier, faster, and less stressful. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You heard it here. Okay. Ah, got a new cast on. And my nails go with it perfectly. So I started a dye channel 2 weeks ago, and the latest video that just went up on Friday is dyeing up this colorway. So this creamy yellow is merino nylon gold stellina. I don't know if you'll be able to see the gold stellina in there, kinda, sorta, but it's a very light creamy yellow with lots of little speckles in it, and it's working up to this. This is the Hello Gorgeous pattern, and I'll put a picture of my original colors that I was going to put in here, and I did use those colors, but I quickly realized that that orange color that I have in that photo is way too low contrast. I was like, that's not going to work for pumpkins, and I figured that out after I finished like this brown part here. I was like, you know, I never did do a black and white to see if it was going to be how low of a contrast it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a low contrast, but I wasn't sure how low. So I did a black and white where you can really see the difference between your contrast, and it was, you couldn't tell a thing. I was like, okay, yeah, it's not going to work. Let me knit it up anyway, and if I don't like it, let me use a different orange, because I did have another orange in my stash. So that's what this is here, and I think it works. So, you know, like, because it's an introduction into the yoke, so it's not that important, and you can see that it's there, but it just kind of looks like a border, so who cares, right? Because the real meat of the pattern is down here. So who cares what's going on up here, because you got this down here. So this is, oh, this looks really good on camera. So I picked up this orange that was in my stash, and this is a Knit Picks Stro Tweed and Persimmon Heather. Okay, come on. There we go. And it is merino nylon, 65% merino, 25% nylon, 10% Donegal tweed. And I wanted to make sure that it still went with the rest of the colors, and I think it does pretty well. It's dark, a little bit darker than I would like, but it still works really well. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. There is a section in the chart where you're really carrying that green for like a bajillion stitches in between, and I was like, I ain't about that life. So what I did was I just took a little bit of this green and double stitched where those 2 stitches were that I needed. These 2 stitches here for what I needed on the pumpkins. And I didn't do on all of them because I just don't care. But I did do it on most of them. So I don't think anybody's really going to be looking that closely, and if they are, they're probably not going to give a crap. Let's just be honest. So that's how that's working up. Interestingly enough, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of that tweed popping out now that I'm looking at this. That's okay, I just wanted the color, so it's working out. So I am 2/3 of the way through on the chart. I don't like the color changes when they're in the middle of the body, and I mean all yolks are like this. Almost all yolks are like this, where the color change is going to be in the middle of the body, because you just get that jog. Where is that part? So I can show you what I did. Okay. So it's still there, but I embroidered, double stitched, whatever, a little bit over here, so it's not as bad, because like, actually I need to do it up here too, but like down here there was like a significant jog, so I'm gonna put a double stitch up here too, just to kind of smooth it over a little bit more, so it won't look as bad. Normally what I do, if I know what the arm count is going to be, and I really should have done that already, I don't know why I didn't, I will change my beginning of round. So instead of it being in the middle of the back, I'll put it where the arm is going to be, because it's less noticeable there. But I did not do that here. And I think as long as I do that double stitch, it'll be okay. It'll blend. So I got to do that here too, because there's that gap. So I'm just gonna pick up some green and do like a stitch or two here, do a stitch or two or a brown here. It'll blend in enough that it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So that's my plan for this. Floats, if you want to know what the floats look like. But it's been a fun pattern, I have to say. I am enjoying it, but of course I'm enjoying it because it's pumpkins. Why wouldn't I enjoy it? This pattern I think came out in here it is. It's by Lacey Williamson. And oh, it doesn't even say on here when it came out. 2021. I'm looking, the pattern's up. Why don't I just look at the darn pattern, right? So it came out in 2021. I bought it when it was in beta, and then I'm guessing that they did some work to it and then put it out for realsies. So, but I've knit enough colorwork sweaters that I really just need numbers for the yoke, and then I'm done. I get everything else myself. So I don't know what the updated pattern looks like. It doesn't matter to me. I got what I needed. Yeah, so it's free weight, and oh, so back to this color. So yeah, this is the dye video that's out right now is for this colorway. I do have a name for it now. It's called Harvest Maiden. I was gonna name it and I don't know how to pronounce it right. Hecate are both correct? I don't know. I figured Harvest Maiden was easier for most people to say, and it still gets the point across. So that's what this is called. I do not have any in the shop, but it's an easily repeatable color, so I can definitely do that. I don't know how much gold stellina yarn I have though. That's the issue. I think I have like a couple of a couple of skeins left. I don't know. But if you're interested, hit me up and we can talk. So that's that pattern. And I will not do a sock update because, like I said, we're going to be looking at those socks forever. It's going to look like I haven't done nothing. But I do need to move my socks out of the way to show you this garment that I'm working on. This is fashioned after the fairy tank top or something like that. It's an inspiration. So I'm not knitting that pattern, but it's an inspiration from that pattern. But it's so much modification that really all I took from it was this garter and then the stockinette. Everything else is basically mine. So, of course, I'm in the middle of a row. Wow, that's really blue. It is not this blue in real life. It's more of a tealy green. But that's what's going on here, and this is where all the fun is. So in the middle of the back, I'm doing a butterfly stitch. I have 2 completed now. And it's every 6-7 rows I'm doing a butterfly stitch. So it's going to go all the way up the spine in the back. And on the sides, I'm doing a purl row or a purl section. So that looks like there's a seam there. And I've got a split hem. And when I get to the front, somewhere around here, I'll probably do at least 1 butterfly stitch, if not 2. Don't want to do more than that because I don't think it really is going to look good if I do more than that. And then probably another 5 inches in, I'll do some decreasing on the waist for some waist shaping. I'm going to try it on, but this should be fairly loose. So I'll definitely have to do that waist shaping, but I need to try it on so that I can see just how much I need to do. This yarn is Juniper Moon Farm Zoe, and it's a cotton linen blend. And I don't think I have the tag up here. A lot of stuff on my desk. I do not. But it's loosely plied, which I'm learning from watching other podcasters that all summer yarns, or most summer yarns, are loosely plied. There's a lot of splitting going on, so I have to keep watching what I'm doing, which isn't fun. But it is what it is. Otherwise, I gotta say it's nice to work with, but I haven't really had much experience with cotton linen. So, but so far it's not bad. It's very slippy. I use everything on Chiagoos, so it's very slippy. But I don't really have any complaints other than the splitting. So I have to watch almost every stitch that I do, which is annoying. But that's my really only complaint. So otherwise it's going well. There's a little bit of a gauge change down here, but it's not bad. It's not anything I'm going to worry about. So I'm guessing from the Maderia and from this pattern that if I'm ever going to, no, I shouldn't say if I'm ever going to. No, yeah, if I'm going to do anything with a summer yarn, I really need to do a proper swatch and not just a half-ass swatch, because I don't like that I'm getting that gauge change. But now that I know that I just need to go down a needle size and then go back up a needle size when I'm in the round, maybe I don't have to do that swatch. Why do we hate swatching so much? Maybe it's because it feels like a waste of time when we really want to just get to the meat of the project. Because I've noticed that most people who swatch, like religiously, are process knitters, and maybe that's the difference. People who enjoy the process don't care, so they do proper swatches, and a lot of people who are product knitters just want to get to the thing. And so we half-ass the swatch, if we do a swatch at all. I bet that's what it is. I don't know, what do you think? Tell me down in the comments. But I think that's what that is. It is what it is. Well, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. So if you don't know, I just start a dye channel, like I talked about a few minutes ago. I like to call it conversation style ASMR. So there's no music. It's just me talking you through each step. A lot of it's going to be repeated in every video because you never know who's going to be new, who's new to the process, doesn't know what kind of materials to use. I did think about putting up a video that just talks about that, but how many people are going to run into that? So it's just easier to put it in just about every video. So there's that. There's going to be another video coming out this weekend, this Friday. After that, there's probably not going to be another one for a couple of weeks, but then I'll put another one out. So I just want to give it some time to marinate, if you will. So it's Applecraft's Lazy Dye Studio. You can see it down here, and I'll put a link down in the description. I'm guessing YouTube changed their rules because I can't put links on a new channel. So at the end of every video, I guess starting with this video that just went up, at the end I'm putting my links like in the video, but I can't put them in the description box right now. I don't know when that's going to change. Like, I think I have to have like 100 subscribers or so much watch time or something like that. I'm not really 100% sure. I just know that for a new channel they won't let you do that, and I can kind of see their point, especially the way YouTube is now. But that's just something to know. So if you're wondering where I get XYZ or whatever, I can't put links on the bottom. I can't put it there for right now. So you just find links for where you can find me and stuff like that. That's at the end of the video. I cannot talk today. So that's what's going on with that. Anything else? If you want to get some or win a chance for some free yarn, watch the next video that's coming out. I'm doing fall themes right now. But yeah, it's going to be a few weeks, and then I'm going to dye up another color. Probably beginning of July will be the next video after this one that comes out. But yeah. So that's it for today. I hope life is treating you okay. Stay safe out there. It is hot. It's 100 degrees out there today, and humid, and it's disgusting. So stay hydrated. Go make something if you can. Go do something that makes you happy, that doesn't hurt anybody else. Gotta put that out there as the internet. Go do something that makes you happy. Go make something. And I will see you next time. Bye.